Welcome to the December 17th, 2025 meeting of the Executive Committee. My name is Sandy McKee and I'm the chair of the committee. Tonight, we are joined by District Manager Jesus Perez. The meeting is called to order at 6:32. Please keep your camera on per state law if you are attending remotely. Is anyone attending virtually? I don't think so. Okay. If you have any questions, you can always ask them at the Q&A feature of Zoom. CB6 Assistant Secretary Jerry Weinstein will take minutes tonight. We will now take attendance by roll call. Jesus will conduct the roll call.
Good evening, everyone. When I call your name, please indicate that you are present. Neil Barkley.
Present.
Sue Desser.
Indeed.
B. Disman.
Present.
Jason Fromowitz is absent. Justin Goldberg.
Present.
Rupal Kakad.
Present.
John Keller.
Present.
Katie Landa is not here. Anton.
Present.
Sandra McKee.
Present.
Alec Militek.
Present.
Stephen Perez.
Present.
Gabriel Turzo.
Present.
Jerry Weinstein.
Present. Are you recording?
Yes, we are.
Just to confirm.
Yes, we are.
Thank you.
Okay, excuse me. The agenda for tonight's meeting is reflected on the screen before you. If there is no objection, we will adopt the agenda. Members of the committee, if you object to adopting the agenda, please raise your hand. All right, seeing no objections, the agenda for tonight's meeting is adopted. The minutes from the November 19th meeting were distributed ahead of time by the excuse me. If there is no objection, we will adopt the minutes as drafted. Members of the committee, if you object to adopting the minutes, please raise your hand.
One very slight change. It talks about Thursday, December 18th, Business Affairs and Licensing Committee. And the first set of requests are from the November agenda.
We're just supposed to strike per Brendan, the first set, as you said. Okay, yeah.
All right,
With dealer's choice.
with that amendment, the November 19th minutes are adopted and they will soon be available on the website, CB6 website. Ground rules, please don't speak until granted the floor. The rest, just in a matter of brevity, we're going to skip this evening. Tonight's agenda, chair's report. Just one thing, we're going to try something going back to a committee structure that we had previously where we put together education and health on one committee. So going forward, we're going to try that. And Katie will still be our sort of point person for education issues, but she's going to now be on that. Anyone who was on education will now be on health.
So we're merging both.
We're merging those two committees.
It's logic.
Partly, we're trying to cut down the number of meetings just so we're not stretching our staff. And I think those two committees have their agendas aren't as defined as some of the others. So and actually this was previously, we always had the two committees together. So we're going back to that. I think we separated out health during the pandemic and now it's.
I was chair of health and education, but Kyle separated it. That was the reason.
Yeah.
I had that decision.
Pandemic's hopefully over. So, yeah. So we're going on from that. I don't have much else to report. We're gonna keep on a roll. I did mention we're trying to have a get together January 16th. And we're hoping it will be at Tudor City again, just because it's such a nice location. But
Can I
I'll send it.
question about that? There's a few members I realized at the last board meeting that I don't really know from this year. Could you, I don't know if we can like encourage them to come if possible, because I feel like I'd like to get to know them.
I encourage everyone.
Yeah,
So if there's someone, if you know their name,
I'm just thinking about it, but. Yeah,
you can reach out. I mean, if they're on the list,
Yeah,
they accept emails, so just.
Maybe everybody, encourage them, like everybody. I'm just saying, like, I would love to meet some of them.
Yeah, because it's nice to know who they are.
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus. Wait. Okay, we're going to go through committee meetings, the agendas for the meetings, transportation.
No one is here for that committee.
Was Barack going to come?
He cannot make it.
Oh, okay.
Let me pull it up.
What happens if the chair, vice chair, of the committee is not able to talk about the agenda?
As long as we don't have any issues, we'll just keep going.
Okay.
It looks long because one item has like 17 things or 11 things or something.
It's all the bus stops for,
Yeah.
And there will be a robust discussion of each of those bus stops.
Yeah, there's still more.
Wow.
Sounds like a block agenda.
And, you know, I highly recommend they take some things off because if it's not time sensitive, there will be a robust discussion of each one of those bus stops.
Wow.
Would you
So-
like to tell them or should?
Wait, what bus line is that?
It's one of the, it's a,
It's an M14,
private-
It's a
M15?
shuttle.
Oh.
bus.
Oh,
Academy
right, you
Express.
shuttle, okay. Those purple ones that I see, okay.
okay, I'll reach out and just recommend that they take a few things off the agenda, because it's gonna, they're in competition with Bob for longest meeting. Parks, landmarks, and cultural affairs.
All right, good evening, everyone. We will continue the discussion about the park house that will go in the east side of Stuyvesant Square Park. Then after that, we will have you know, the usual Department of Parks Recreation report. And then we will also have a vote on a resolution that was put together. It's in support of 3 different locations that we support for landmark designation. And then chair's report, old new business, that's it.
Okay,
Is CB5 aware that 346 Park Avenue that's in your resolution is in their district, not ours?
or did you take that?
Typically, it's bad form for a community board to be opining on things that are that's in another district.
Okay, so we can remove it. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Would that mean that, this resolution discussion would have to take place just for 346 Park with CB5?
That's for CB5 to decide or HDC to approach them about that, but as far as we're concerned, that probably shouldn't be on there.
I mean, we can recommend they go to CB5.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we'll remove this from the agenda, and I guess you guys will remove it from the resolution, unless Brian has a copy of it already.
Okay, yeah, we can I can send over to Brian. We can do an update. We can remove it. Not a problem.
Okay, okay, thank you,
All right. Thank you for pointing that out.
no problem.
Okay, public safety and sanitation.
This will be our third and I believe final meeting to discuss the Treatment Court Expansion Act. The first was a presentation by those who the coalition behind it. The second was supposed to be a presentation by the New York District Attorney, but I did an impressive job in not controlling the meeting, so we didn't really get our questions answered. Well, although I did get everyone to hate me at the same time, which is an accomplishment. But the Legal Aid Society agreed to answer questions in writing, and we're still waiting to hear back from the District Attorney's Office, which is hard. And that's basically the agenda. We'll also discuss our future or mine or something like that.
Our future. So if they don't answer the questions,
If-
will you hold off on?
No, first of all, legal aid will answer its set of
okay.
questions. Secondly, we know we have writing from different parties telling us the position of those who want to see some amendments. And third, I think it's a good policy to not postpone, or delay something because a party decides not to show up. Last time they hesitated until the last minute and then they did agree to appear, so I'm hoping that's what they'll do this time.
But they're not coming, they're just sending the answers.
They're welcome to appear or virtually if
The
they
same
want
people?
to. But I think everyone will just show up virtually and we'll control it this time, we
Okay.
being me.
Okay. They were some very talkative people on the presentation side. And so you'll be discussing a resolution or not?
I believe so, yes. I mean, we'll see what the written response is and then I'll give some propositions with options.
Okay. All right. So,
One quick point, public safety, if I can add something.
Can you?
Yeah, can I add? a quick
I think
comment?
so.
yeah, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, we have been having discussions with DSNY, and, with Sandy on, as well as, Virginia Maloney's, office in the future.
Right.
So this was about amplifying, as we discussed, amplifying the public safety message, as well as getting data that can be helpful.
Mhm.
Recently, we had a meeting with DSNY and requested, they were comfortable to mess it with the idea of messaging, but then she went back and I basically asked, what data do you want? And I came back with a few kind of very basic 301 issues, key areas. And the last correspondence, she said that's really helpful. I'll get back to you. So we'll continue to update as that progresses.
And, as I pointed out, Turtle Bay actually got funding to.
Right, I'll be contacting all of them.
So I don't know if you want to put that as, I guess, too soon for this month, but maybe February.
It will all be under consideration. We're also still trying, we're working with Brendan and trying to get 311 to send out requests to the people who file complaints to see primarily why they're dissatisfied, because that's what we're seeing in some of the data that we have. 311's, reflexes to say no, but, we have some work to do.
Okay.
But that's, if we're talking about data, we want actual data.
Yeah.
So.
No, we'll just, continue to.
And
Keep everyone updated.
also, I love the idea that, that she's got reflections from their experience with people and then, complaints people are making to her.
Yeah.
So it may not be official data, it may
Yeah.
not be statistical, but it's meaningful.
Yeah.
It'll at least point us places. So
Yeah,
I think that's great.
And she's also a really good point of contact, so.
Yeah, I got her email contact from Brendan, but I didn't wanna be in touch with her before she's official.
Okay.
You already have that.
You're talking about Virginia, you're saying? Or-
I'm sorry?
You're talking about Virginia Malone from the Loney's team, or you're talking about the DSNY contact?
Lead Virginia,
Okay, yeah.
and you've already got a line of communication.
Yeah, but she would be like, she'd love to hear from you too.
Okay, we probably don't have to discuss this now.
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
Kevin
that's-
seems to wanna move on.
I missed.
Yeah. Okay, next we have health, education and environment.
So the agenda, I feel like with the merging of the committees may change in the next week or two, but this is what it was before it was merged. So we're gonna discuss the New York City Council 1096, which they're gonna have a presentation. They're coming to have a presentation on that topic of retired employees' New York City benefits coverage. But like I said, that's not really time sensitive as far as I know. So if Education Committee has anything that's time sensitive, we may have to replace it and move them on, see if they can maybe come in February or March. Because Bellevue Hospital Community Advisory Board's 2026 budget priorities is time sensitive. Like they do need this done before, by our January full board. And this is the 1 month that health is meeting before full board. So that one is time sensitive. So if education has anything that's time sensitive, we may add that onto the agenda, and we may have to move the New York City Council intro 1096, possibly February or March, depending on how big the agenda gets.
And education includes youth? Is
Yeah.
that-
Yeah.
Is there was, this is tentative, it hasn't been confirmed yet, it cannot be confirmed until after the new year. And this, we need to get elaboration about what,
And, but that isn't also, is it time sensitive? I mean, if the resolution is written and if it's gonna be like something that might be not a long discussion, we can certainly add it to the January agenda, but if it's something that's gonna require like more of a discussion or a presentation, then I would prefer to see if it's time sensitive or not, then decide which to move to February meeting.
okay.
So I can't talk for Katie, I can barely talk for me, but I don't think that's time sensitive, because there won't be action right away. And I think it's really important for us to hear from Kelly McGuire or from others. So because we need to hear the other side of the story. So my guess is Katie will say we can move.
And do we know what Mr. McGuire is going to be addressing? It's the relocation of Sol. That's what he's,
Or the combining of SALT with another institution or.
So the
you know,
topic is gonna be SALT essentially.
It's something SALT.
Okay,
It's,
Maybe we can see if that can all be on the February meeting, so there can all be one meeting in that.
yeah, if it's not time sensitive, then we can just focus February meeting on maybe SALT. That's it.
it can also become a larger issue because, you know, with SALT, it's not just SALT, but I'm not speaking for Katie, I'm just mumbling. So,
and if, I gather Mr. McGuire is pretty busy. If he can't come, what's the alternative? I mean, we're not sure he's gonna be able to make it.
If he can't make it in January and he can make it in February, then we can do it in February, but if he just cannot make it, then I would have to consult with Katie and the other members to kind of figure out, because they've had more of an involvement where I would probably need their opinion or advice on, okay, what's going on, so I would take it from there.
Okay.
If his schedule's not set yet, then we might just say, hey, never mind about January, can you come in February instead? So,
Yeah, that's probably more considerate.
so who's gonna sort it? Do you want us to liaise with Katie, or do you want to?
I can try reaching out to Katie, yeah.
Okay. All right, so yeah, I guess then just ask her if the items that would have been for her January meeting, they can easily be in the February meeting. She's got the connection already with Mr. McGuire. We have one too, but since they're already speaking, we don't want to, but it.
Yeah.
Okay. Budget and governmental affairs.
So yes, we are going to be so we have two resolutions that we've already drafted and sent to the committee on these three different bills related to fossil fuel subsidies and data centers. So hopefully we'll be able to get through that fairly quickly. If we have time, we will also be starting a discussion on open meetings law regarding things that we have passed in the past with resolutions related to this law and some other suggestions that came up.
Housing and homelessness.
So it had to be rescheduled to January 20th, which is the day after it would normally have been scheduled. Tentatively, Community Service Society is going to come and talk to us about housing issues and housing legislation that they've been involved in. I haven't confirmed their availability for January, so I will follow up with them, and if not, that might have to be pushed to the following month. Regardless, we will continue our discussion on the Faith-Based Affordable Housing Act. We are revising the resolution and we anticipate voting on it on the January 20th meeting. And then, of course, that will get kicked back to.
And then we'll change it.
And then back to us.
Fantastic. That's the way it's democracy.
Uh,
And I know you were considering putting together a list of housing bills that are in the
Yes,
council.
yeah, so I think I haven't spoken with any members of the committee. And I guess we haven't really delved too deep into it now
Yeah.
that the both state session and city council sessions are over. I think it's probably important in the new year to look at legislation that we would want more information on, or maybe to have better sense of
Yeah.
housing and housing affordability in the new year. So I think that's a great idea to get the ball rolling on that.
Maybe if Community Service Society can't come,
That could be a good
Yeah.
topic, yeah. So, so number one is TBD, but the other agenda items are important.
okay. Land use and waterfront.
Okay, so we will hopefully be having a very quick discussion about the Affordable Housing Act. We're gonna be meeting again with the Sky Cove Park Solar One management team. There's a frustrating situation going on over there that we're gonna be learning a little bit more about and hopefully take some action depending on kind of how things have evolved over there in the last few months. We have had our MSBI group, we're gonna sort of move that into the main core of the of what we're doing in land use. And then I actually wanted your opinion, Sandy, if the two biggest land use sort of issues I think it's in our district are MSBI and the Soloviev site. And I'm wondering if we should start adding the Soloviev site to our monthly meetings in terms of maybe beginning some planning for what we can and might be able to do to prevent it from being what it is now in the future.
I think it's a difficult question because, we may want to first approach our elected officials because there is a plan in place and find out what's happening. Actually, Jesus and I went to an event on Saturday by NYU. Do you remember the name of the group? I always forget anyway, it's their real estate school. And, they were doing analysis of different sites. And they apparently have done some analysis already of the MSBI site. What could be built there?
Shack.
Shack School. I'm not familiar with it. But
Very fitting for a real estate column.
But, and we can
Lowball.
talk about this after, maybe, I don't know if it interests everyone, but, they said, tell us what you want and we'll do an analysis. So, and they work with real estate and doing, but they would need to know what we want. And I said, well, that's the hard part. So maybe that's the discussion of, what we want on both of those sites. And then we approached them and they seemed very happy to come and talk. And one, especially MSBI, they'd already done the study.
Okay. Cool, so maybe we'll talk about what we want, which I think we're all bigly in agreement on, and then we'll.
Like they're real estate people, so it's like, what percentage, of affordable, what AMI, they want some details.
Okay, so maybe I'll get in touch with somebody over there.
Ken?
So is land use gonna have their conversation in January and then put it back on the agenda for February and we invite NYU to February's meeting? Or are we inviting NYU to
I
witness?
think
land use
February's meeting, I wanna be respectful of their time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe, and certainly I can give you the name. We've met two different people who are both quite interested in, doing something in a community that had real life. So.
Okay, perfect.
You could move the Salk School there.
We-
No question. So one of the public members at my health meeting last month mentioned seaplanes, which we talked about.
Right.
And it was my understanding that land use and waterfront was gonna take that. So looping back to, are you taking it?
We can take it, but I mean, is there we're happy to deal with things as they come up and kind of help people coordinate, but are we advocating to change a law?
So the comment was that there is certain law, like they can't be within a certain couple of 100 feet or whatever it is from the building, and they're breaking a lot of these laws. Seaplanes are noisy and loud, and in the past, it has been purview of land use and waterfront committee. So that's where because we did the helicopter resolution, so that's where it came up, but then it was, I was told that generally, or in the past, it has, the seaplanes has fallen to land use and water for.
And the same with the helicopter.
So.
And, we just received some comments.
Did see that. I mean, I'm legitimately curious of, like, if the law is already being broken. It doesn't seem like we're the right body to deal with existing flagrant rule violations, because we're supposed to comment on the rules. Not comment on rules that are already statutory and being ignored. But look, we're happy to talk about it and maybe give everyone a boost and draw attention to it.
Well, you know, one, if it's just breaking the rules, we can ask the office as a, I forget what the correct terminology is for, it's a service request.
I'm getting the badge in Billy Club.
Our police, our CB6 police. But you know, the issue of whether there are lights on the help is, I don't,
Yeah, so there was some, that was one of the things, but there was also other things that they mentioned, like lights and a few other things that were mentioned.
and
So,
I think, this particular group is advocating for changing the law.
and limiting the hours and a few other things. Yeah,
And which is, I believe CB6 was successful in restricting helicopter use because we found it obnoxious. So, I mean, there would probably, it would be something we could address, and breaking the law is just one aspect. of
So I
what
do
we
have that email, so maybe I'll get back to that person and ask if they're interested in convening with us, and then we'll take it from
Yeah.
there. I was anti-heliport, then I saw Succession, and
I haven't seen that.
It's apparently about heliports.
Yeah. Do they have?
How else do you get around?
Yeah, you like it.
Okay, so anyway,
it's entertaining.
okay, so I have that email, so I'll follow back up with that person.
yeah, I mean, if land use doesn't have. I mean, it's just traditionally been in land use and waterfront because it's on the waterfront.
I mean, I can send you the information I have on helicopter. Cat had found this really good report that I can forward you as well, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Business affairs and license. Oh, does that change the agenda at all?
Let me, I guess, speak to the people first.
Okay.
And then we'll take it from there.
Okay.
But we can fit it. if we
Okay.
need to.
All right, business affairs and licensing, Anton.
Well, we have our meeting scheduled for tomorrow. It's fairly short, only 7 items. One of them being a cannabis request. We'll see how it goes.
Okay,
You might be able to finish within 4 hours.
now, okay. All right, old and new business. Do we have any old and new business? Please raise your hand. Okay, seeing none, if there are no objections, we will adjourn the meeting. And seeing no further business, the meeting is adjourned at 7:01.
The new record?